Hey, friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found, and of course, taped live at the Twitch, twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. First up, a little bit of business. Of course, this weekend, we'll be watching All Out on our internet. Are we doing on Twitch or YouTube?
YouTube, man.
YouTube. We do it on YouTube. And so that should be a lot of fun. And then we're going to head over to Twitch for the recap afterwards. So you can see right there, the AEW title is going to be on the line once again. I got a lot of decisions to make. So that should be fun. Hall
of Famer Christian is a challenger for that belt.
Well, in some people's opinions, Hall of Fame caliber, but he's actually not a member of any Hall of Fame that I am aware of.
Yet.
So that should be a lot of fun. And of course, this Thursday, we've got The Numbers Don't Lie. Do we know, Larson?
The Rock.
It's The Rock. Who do we have up? It was The Rock and who?
It was Rock. It was Batista and Piper.
Oh, that's right. The movie guys.
Yes.
Okay, so The Rock, was it a pretty definitive victory for The Rock?
The Rock won by 1 vote over Dave.
Oh, wow. Cool. So if you want to vote on the numbers for The Rock for this Thursday's episode, just head over to the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. $5 a month. You get to watch the show live. You get to watch both of our other bonus weekly shows live or on demand. And you can also get access to that by becoming a YouTube channel member. Click that join button or by becoming a Twitch sub over here at the Twitch. So there's that. And I'm glad to see that your voice has returned after a sojourn, after its own excursion. Where did your voice go on excursion to, Larson?
It went on a vision quest, if you will.
Interesting.
It was trying to find itself.
Vision quest wrestling down there in Van Nuys, right?
Sure. And so it's on its way back. Hopefully for the better.
No longer a young lion, that voice of yours.
No, I guess not.
That's good.
Still a little bit of congestion going on in the head, but hopefully in the final phases of the whole process, in a day or two, I should be normal, old, grumpy, just for the sake of being grumpy Larson, not because I'm under the weather.
Not because you have an actual reason to be grumpy. All right. Well, you know what? We got reason to be happy, maybe, because we might see a return to the ring of somebody that we like quite a bit. Paige. Here's a little piece of trivia for you.
You're gone for 2 days and it's like you've never done this before.
Man, my heart and my mind are still at the beach.
Well, I can't blame you there.
But no, fun fact is we're about to talk about Paige, but the first time that you and I really sort of thought, hey, we might actually do pretty good at this Going In Raw Wrestling channel thing was a news brief of ours featuring Paige. Back when she was having some fun adventures with Alberto Del Rio. And that news video blew up. And we're like, hey, but now there's some positive stuff about Paige. She might be coming back to the ring. What's going on with this, Larson?
Yeah. So she was, Paige was, of course, had to retire back in April 2018 due to a neck injury. But during a recent Twitch stream, she mentioned that she might be coming out of retirement in the near future. These transcripts are from Fightful. This is what Paige had to say. Quote, "I'm not done." By the way, happy birthday to Fightful Sean Ross Sapp. It's his birthday.
The Rob Bob of internet wrestling media content. That dude is so tall. And today on my Twitter, I took a look at Sean Ross Sapp, what he'd look like if he was bald with a mustache.
I saw that.
And he looked great. You couldn't really see his ears, but he looked great.
Why couldn't
his head his head for some reason face app made his head fat. And so you couldn't really see his ears. Kind of like mine, how I got a fat face. Look at that.
I can clearly see your ears, even if you don't pull them out. I can still see them.
Well, for some reason you couldn't see his. But he looked great bald with a mustache, I think. He should try that look. Or you should try this look that we're getting right now because you froze. That could work too.
Anyways, yeah, he did look good. There we go. We're back, right?
We are back. Yes, we are.
We're back. Okay. Here we go. So let's get to these quotes from Paige, again from Fightful. Happy birthday, Sean.
Happy birthday, Sean.
That's what Paige had to say. "I'm not done yet. This is going to be my comeback story. I'm inspired. I'm so inspired by the people coming back to wrestling. The more I think about it, I'm like, okay, mentally, I'm ready to go. I'm going to start working around, getting in the ring a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. This is not saying I'm making a comeback tomorrow. It's a long fucking road. I still have to be cleared by doctors. I have to be cleared by WWE. It's such a big process. But emotionally, I'm ready. The past few months, I don't think I was emotionally ready, but no, I'm fucking ready to get back on the horse, even if it takes me a year, one step at a time, build to it. That's exactly what I'm doing. There's a whole journey, and it's going to take some time. She even mentioned someone she wanted to feud with. This is what she had to say about that. I'd love to face Sasha. I feel like it's a built-in story, and she's one of the best. She's one of the best out there, men or women. She's one of the best. Ain't no one putting on friggin' matches like her. Charlotte is great. Everyone is great. But Sasha is one of those wrestlers that can literally fight a ladder and it be a 5-star match. She'll carry me too.
Well, you just got to think that, whatever she has discovered to help repair, I think it was her neck injuries. Yeah. That maybe, hey, medicine and science is a hell of a thing these days. You mentioned him earlier, Christian. He was able to come back after a while
after 7
away.
years gone. Yeah, because he had concussion issues. I believe same with Daniel Bryan. He had concussion issues.
Yeah.
He made his way back. Edge,
had
neck issues.
He
came back.
Yeah. So maybe there's some crazy new stuff that they can do. Hopefully, the thing about WWE is that they're not going to clear you unless they know for sure that you can go.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I thought Paige was great. It's crazy to me that WWE would have Paige under contract and not remember how great she was as general manager.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was wonderful. It's crazy to me that they would have a talent that really done. You can see this with her Twitch following. She, I believe, even in a role as like a general manager, she'd be, not like a huge needle mover, but definitely somebody that you'd want on your program because people really like Paige.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy to me that they would not utilize her in any sort of on-screen role. She'd just be sitting there under contract. But yeah, and then I think she also mentioned recently that her contract is going to be coming up in June of 2022. I think
like 18 months or something like that.
Yeah. Well, it'd be if it's June of 2022, it'd be less. But maybe I got the actual date wrong. I don't know. So yeah, that's cool. I don't know. Would you guys want to see Paige back in the ring if she was cleared and healthy?
It is June 2022. Well,
Holy crap! I remembered something correctly. That's awesome. Good job, me. Yeah, that'd be great. Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 197,000 subs. Have we ever been to 197,000 subs?
No.
I don't think we've been to that. We got to 196,000 a couple times.
And then dipped back down, but now we got a good amount above that, but we've never been to 197. No. How far away are we from 197?
About 350, I think.
Maybe we'll get there this weekend.
Ooh, fun.
318 if my math is right.
Oh, wow. Well, okay, nice. Very cool. Another thing that's very cool, Adam Cole, baby. Where is he going? Who's he going to sign with? Adam Cole's contract expired this past Friday, Larson. And now, turns out, he's officially a free agent. He hasn't signed anywhere, apparently. Fightful Select reports that a source told them that Cole is expected to field offers and did not cancel his Twitch stream on Friday in order to attend SmackDown.
Yeah. He wasn't on SmackDown, so because he canceled the Twitch stream kind of abruptly, and people thought, maybe he's going to show up on SmackDown, maybe he's going to do this or that, have a meeting, whatever. Apparently not.
I'm kind of
still unknown why he canceled Twitch stream.
I'll be sort of nervously watching Raw tonight, because there's that open challenge for Damian Priest's U.S. title.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's been some speculation, and I have no idea. I just saw the headline. I have no idea. The Keith Lee heel turn thing. Did you read that? Did you hear that?
It's literally the next story.
Is it? Oh, look at that. Raw superstar nearing a heel turn. Hopefully it's him that answers the open challenge, and he destroys Damian Priest and just takes that title off him. Because I think a heel Keith Lee is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. But let's talk about Adam Cole before we get there. Where do you think he's going to sign, Larson? Reckless speculation. Where is Chugs going to land?
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if this is all speculation, and I'm not a lawyer by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know the ins and outs of tampering laws as such. But given Adam Cole's relationship with the Young Bucks, I know no formal contract talks could start I don't know if they could have any conversations kind of quietly, at least determining interest. And then, but the fact that he hasn't re-signed or didn't re-sign with WWE before his contract expired leads me to believe that he is probably leaving. Not definitively, but probably. Because if he got a good offer and was cool with the creative they were giving him back when he met with Vince, probably would have signed right then and there.
He would have signed already. Look, here's the thing. This isn't best friends. He's best friends with the Young Bucks. He loves those guys. He knows those guys.
Super Click. That was what they were called in Ring of Honor. Super Click.
Any number of them could have been a go-between in terms of, hey, this is what Tony's saying would be on the table for you. I wouldn't make any bets on it because I'm not a betting man. But if I were a betting man, I'd say this dude is definitely going to AEW. I think it's pretty obvious. If that bag was so big in WWE that was reportedly being offered, $1 million, plus some creative assurances maybe, plus even, hey, as long as you don't bring up any wrestling stuff, you can still be Chugs on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't sign there, then that ain't gonna, and he let this that ain't gonna happen. He is going to AEW unless he shows up on Raw tonight to answer the open challenge.
Which is entirely possible. It could be entirely possible that he's already signed a deal and this word hasn't gotten out.
That's entirely possible as well, though Sean seems to know quite a few people who would probably know that stuff. AEW's a little bit better about keeping that stuff under wraps. But of course, obviously, like you said, the tampering stuff would preclude him, you would think, from negotiating while under contract with WWE.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I really hope. I really just, as a fan, I really would love to see him in AEW. It's insane that WWE had Adam Cole and used him once on main roster to build the Survivor Series 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane that was the case.
I know.
Another example of we could have nice things, but you got guys like Bruce Pritchard up there who,
I mean, as we've mentioned before, I'm sure he sees firsthand the changes that are happening in NXT and what Vince apparently wants now. And he doesn't fit into that.
It's a repudiation of him,
Yeah.
I mean, basically NXT was built around him. Or the modern sort of up until now.
Yeah, the last 3-4 years.
The last 3 or 4 years arguably at their peak, when they made the big jump to 2 hours to USA to fight AEW. It was all built around him. And now they're saying, nope, that doesn't work. We're not doing that again. I would be like, I'm out of here then. Screw that.
Yeah.
I really hope he ends up going to AEW. But
if he does go the main,
me as a fan. That's just me as a fan.
I don't disagree. I would hope that if he does end up on main roster, that at least he'd be able to go to SmackDown and we can get a good feud between him and Kevin Owens because they're good friends and that could be a lot of fun.
That writes itself. Toss Sami Zayn in there too. There's a lot they can do with that, but the problem is I just don't see it being it. I don't know. Do you think they've done a serviceable job with the entire Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn story? Going back years, just their general, it seems like they had some good stuff, but so much of it was left on the table, some of it, much of it, it should have been more. I saw, Kevin Owens issued this awesome, he put out this awesome video on Twitter this past week because it was a 5-year anniversary of him winning Universal Championship.
In 5 years, that's hard to believe.
And, so many comments were saying the same exact thing. Man, you're so great. It's a crime they haven't done more with you. Which is, and he just resigned in 2019 to a 5-year deal.
A year or two ago, yeah.
And so he's going to be stuck there till 2024. But AEW is a company made for him too.
Oh,
yeah. If I caught wind that WWE would do something cool with Cole and Kevin Owens, either a feud or a partnership or a faction, they bring Sami Zayn into it, that could be so much fun. But give me some proof.
Doesn't have a lot of faith
that they would do that.
I know.
It's like Kevin Owens just seems like he's like, oh man, everybody seems like they're having fun over there. It just doesn't, it has not looked since the Roman feud like Kevin Owens is having any fun because he's not really doing much of anything.
Yeah, he's not doing much. He isn't.
I mean, he might be a situation where they just did way too much, way too fast with him. But it's like, it shouldn't be difficult to come up with cool stories on a regular basis to feature.
I feel like so much of the interesting aspects of his character of late is probably stuff that he's brought to the table.
Oh, 100%. Which is fine, which is totally fine. Like, wrestlers should be tasked with doing that. Totally. But that should be rewarded as well. You know, you should then see an uptick on how you're used on the card. If you're the guy bringing ideas and taking the initiative, and that to me is brass ring stuff. When you're a wrestler and you're the guy saying, hey, let me figure this stuff out and I'll bring this to the table and make your job easier to creative, you know. So, so I don't know. Hopefully Adam Cole goes wherever his heart takes him, and he's happy with whatever he does. As a fan, I'd love to see him show up at All Out. You know what? Daniel Bryan makes his debut at All Out, and then Adam Cole comes out and ruins it with a last shot. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Let's take a quick break here. Get a word from our sponsor, Craig. You know, Steve, I've been feeling like I want to take up a new hobby. I want to start making stuff out of wood with these hands of mine. But I honestly feel like I have no idea where to start. Where do I start?
All right, man. So you want to get into woodworking, Larson. Is that right?
Yeah.
I was once like you, man, feeling the urge to craft something with these hands of mine, but unsure if I could do so. But then I got these hands on a Craig Pocket Hole Jig 520 Pro. Craig has been the innovator and leader in pocket hole joinery, setting the standard for 30 plus years. And now, if I got my Craig Pocket Hole Jig 520 Pro and a drill, I feel like I can build nearly anything from bookcases to desks to outdoor patio furniture.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea. Tell me more. Tell me more, please.
Sure, no problem. You see, pocket hole joinery is a way of creating fast, simple, and strong joints in a variety of wood projects. And the Craig Pocket Hole Jig 520 Pro makes it easier than ever. You know me, man. I've never been terribly handy, and the thought of building something out of wood with these hands of mine seemed like a pipe dream. But after going to craigtool.com, that's K-R-E-G tool.com, and getting my hands on a Craig Pocket Hole Jig 520 Pro, I can build pocket hole projects anytime, anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am impressed. I'm really impressed. I have a question for you, though.
Yes.
Can you build me a bookcase? I need a bookcase to go right there. It's an empty wall there. A bookcase would look great right there. Can you do that for me?
No, Larson, because you can do it yourself. Now, anyone, even Larson, can easily create perfect and strong pocket hole joints with the Craig Pocket Hole Jig 520 Pro. It works with a wide variety and size of material, and is great for building all types of indoor and outdoor wood projects.
The Craig Pocket Hole Jig 520 Pro comes with everything you need and retails for just $99.99. It's available nationwide at Home Depot, Lowe's, and other home centers, woodworking, and hardware stores. Learn more at craigtool.com. That's K-R-E-G tool.com.
Again, that's craigtool.com. K-R-E-G tool.com.
Let's talk about this. This would be pretty cool. Steve alluded. In fact, he pretty much mentioned earlier that apparently Keith Lee, he's been doing some squash matches of late. Sorry, squash dark matches, at least before Raw, maybe before both Raw and SmackDown of late. And according to WrestlingNews.co, Vince is considering turning Keith Lee into a monster heel.
That's cool. I've said for a long time that I think Keith Lee should be a heel. Because he's the kind of guy who'd be a heel for like a little bit and fans wouldn't take it anymore because it'd be so cool. One thing I would not want. So like when I think of the term monster heel, you can take that a couple different ways. You could take that as like a mindless heel, like a guy who doesn't have much of a like a Braun Strowman type. I wouldn't want that because I think Keith Lee has a lot of personality to offer. But if he's the kind of, the scariest guys are the ones who are monsters, but they smile while they're doing it. And I think Keith Lee could if they did it right, tons of personality, but he's a bad guy, he's a heel, and he'll just kill you. Oh man, I'm all about that. I think it's great.
That's a recipe to get yourself a super over face at the end too.
Exactly.
That's the tried and true formula. When done correctly, someone gets a huge face push. They do such a good job. The fans appreciate the work and start cheering for them, especially they are afforded an opportunity to show some personality. And then from there, you get launched into a massive face push. And sky's the limit at that point.
Keith
You've seen it
Lee's-
over and over.
His potential is face of the company. His potential is guy who dethrones Roman. I believe that. I think the potential is there. Yeah, to overcome that creative. But I don't know, Vince. You know, if he sees him and if he's inspired by him and says, "Hey, I could do a lot with this guy," and he sticks with it,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome for Keith, especially what he's gone through. You know, that seemed really tough. That seemed really rough.
It did.
Keith
Yeah,
is
you want to see him get opportunities to succeed, and hopefully that happens very, very soon. Very, very soon.
Yeah.
Raw.
Oh,
It's
man.
Raw tonight.
Is that happening again this week? Oh, another Raw, really?
Yeah, Raw happens every week.
Wow.
I hate to be to break bad news to you, Steve, but we have to watch Raw every week.
That's right. I've got some bad news. You've got a Raw
Really
to watch tonight.
Show's kicking off with Damian Priest having the U.S. title open challenge. Will it be Adam Cole, baby? Will it be Keith Lee? Will it be somebody else? Will it be Sami Zayn again to answer an open challenge?
I think it'd be great if Keith Lee comes out. Big pop. He comes out, comes down, and they're buddies. Big smile on Keith Lee's face. He comes down. Damian Priest about it. He's like, "Wow, that's great, big man. Cool. Glad you answered the open challenge." Shakes his hand. And then Keith Lee just spirit bombs the shit out of him like 5 times. And then rings the bell. And then they have the bell ring. One more spirit bomb, and he's the new U.S. champion.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be terrific. And then
pretty
Damian
shocking
Priest can go up to like the big title. Yeah, apparently. So we're getting also Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg at Saudi Arabia, like we all figured would happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw that video promo with Goldberg, and he said he's not coming for the WWE title. So does that mean it's not going to be a
That's
title
how I
match?
interpreted it. That's
Same,
how I
right?
interpreted it. That he's just going after Lashley. It's a grudge match.
Okay, so does that mean Goldberg's going to win that thing?
Mm-hmm.
It does, right?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
That's awful. That he could barely move.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But it means he's winning.
It's not fun.
If it's a non-title match, Goldberg is definitely winning.
It's just gonna be like they ring the bell. It's gonna be like some weird thing where, like, I don't know, he comes out, he spears Bobby before the bell, they ring the bell, spear, suplex, and that's it. I'm not gonna call it a jackhammer because you can't do a jackhammer anymore. It's just a suplex.
Yeah. Speaking of Bobby Lashley, he's got a match against Sheamus tonight. That should be good.
Oh, that should be a banger. Sheamus is a walking G1 match, dude. He's great. Eva Marie aims to teach Doudrop a lesson, so they're going to have a fight, but I imagine Eva Marie's probably going to cheat somehow to pick up a win or something.
You'd think so. Think so. And also, we get The Miz versus John Morrison.
Hey, that's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an Extreme Rules match too, right? That's got to be an Extreme Rules.
Oh,
match.
yeah, maybe an Extreme Rules. Yeah.
At Extreme Rules is what I mean, yeah. That's going to be good stuff.
Yeah, I think so. You want to answer some questions? We got Fred here on the Twitters.
Let's go ahead and answer some questions on the Twitter. Anybody here in Twitch chat with us right now, head over to the Twitter, and we've got a thing there.
I don't know how I feel about this first question from someone named Steve here. They ask, why is Steve so good at predicting things? Everything's cyclical. There was a while back.
Such a great question, though.
Where Larson was really good at predicting everything. I had all the titles plus the Going in Raw Cup. And then,
That was before we had like a New Japan title. I think it was before we had like an Impact. I don't even know what
we had
titles
We had at least 3 titles at the time.
What
so
titles
it's
we
not
even had? Big Red,
had
Trios, and probably what?
And then we had Big Gold, I think. We had 3 belts.
Oh, Big Gold was the yeah, that's right. That was a non-WWE.
Non-WWE belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, look at all you see. Do you see the detail on those titles back there?
I see shiny stuff. That's really all I
see. Those right there.
I mean, I could look at the picture. I can see the detail there, but right here on my screen, I just see stuff that's shiny.
Bang, bang, bang. I mean, great question. I just need. So wait, who's the WWE champion right now? But Enforcer wanted a takeover. I thought after SummerSlam we were doing the thing where everybody gets titles.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, he is.
Wow,
that's correct.
I gotta get that title off him and attain Ultima.
Well, you got to wait a while before that happens. You got to wait till Extreme Rules. You got to put up that
Listen to this
AEW belt. What?
AEW it all out. We got Wrestle Grand Slam on the day before. The 4th and 5th. It's like a 2-day affair.
Yeah.
So I could be down 2 titles. And if it wasn't for you spoiling Emergence,
yeah, accidentally,
I could be down all titles. All titles could be.
I woke up one morning and said Impact TV results. I was like, I'll check this out. We're not watching anymore. Then right there.
Bad move, dude.
Emergence results. Well, didn't say emergence results, just said TV results. I wasn't expecting it.
I'll just film it in one big batch of stuff over 3 days. It's like 5 months they film in 3 days.
Yeah, I know, but emergence is a separate thing than just their standard TV. Anyways, Russell Dudes.
Is it?
I mean, it's on a Saturday instead of a Thursday, so in my mind it is. Russell Dude asks, if WB allowed some women to show up at Empower, NWA Empower, who would you have liked to see? Charlotte. Have Charlotte show up with Ric Flair?
Yeah, that's a good answer. I'm going to go with... I'm going to say they send as their... it'd be Asuka. Asuka versus Deonna Purrazzo. That'd be a killer match.
That would be good. That would be good.
What's that?
There's someone in Twitch chat with the name Prime Joy of Bearding.
Okay, Ricky. What? Ricky's out of control. He really is. He's also subbed. Whoever this is subbed as well.
Yeah, for multiple months at that.
Okay. He's weird. I don't know what to do. Anyways, let's see here. The Wild Dude says, who do you both think are the most likely candidates to take NXT UK's current roster? Oh, in NXT UK's current roster to take the title from Ilya.
I mean, you can't discount Walter. You still can't discount that Walter to get that title.
That's very possible. I'm going to say it's one of two names. I'm going to say they're going to try to get a kid there, but I think it's more likely that it's going to be Devlin.
Could be.
Those are my guesses.
Yeah, those are both good answers. NJWP with the Forbidden Door open. Book some matches that could happen at Wrestle Kingdom involving some AEW and Impact stars.
At Wrestle Kingdom. Well, it's not going to be any. It'd be Miro versus Ishii for the TNT title.
Okay.
And Christian versus... See, here's the deal. AEW would send their secondary title. Impact would send their top title. Yeah. So Christian in New Japan against...
LP.
It's not terrible.
Of course, you got to have Kenny versus Kota Ibushi. Come on.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mike Regan says, I felt like I knew where the Hangman and Dark Order story was going, but I want to see your thoughts. Obviously, Paige left to start his family, and the Dark Order family is falling apart. What are the odds that when Paige comes back, he now knows the importance of family and brings Dark Order back together? So 100% was going to happen. He's going to come back. They're going to come back together around him. They lifted him up. Now it's his turn to lift them up. That's the story.
It'd be cool if that's still a ways off, huh? What's the Wyatt was like a month ago, right? He'd have like a 90-day, right?
Yeah. I think it's around Halloween time. He's free to sign elsewhere. So like full gear.
Okay. Let's see here. White Brownie with Miz and Morrison possibly feuding up until Extreme Rules, and Sheamus most likely next for Bobby Lashley. Who should be next for Damian Priest? Bask in his glory.
Keith Lee. Jason Lewis, powering wrestlers with great entrance music in multiple promotions.
What a great question. Aleister Black. Like in terms of somebody being in WWE and then going somewhere else and having a cool entrance song?
Yeah.
Or somebody who has multiple entrance songs. I mean, Jericho.
Yeah.
Who's had a really cool WWE theme and has had a really lame theme somewhere else?
I'm trying to think of people that've gone from WWE to AEW maybe.
Oh, this is a good one. Dang MQ says Gallows and Anderson with the deviled eggs. devil in my six, or your six, or whatever it is. But then I don't remember their, do I remember what was their theme in,
well, I remember that one.
That one, right?
Wait, say it again. You're singing Kane's theme with vocals.
That's different. I mean, it's kind of
basically exactly what you did.
Oh man, FTR's theme. Oh, FTR, yeah. Hey, Prime Joy of Bearding, thank you.
Yeah.
It's whenever they try. This is the problem. Never, ever, ever just try to do the same thing if you're leaving WWE and go to AEW, because it's always a dollar store version. Yeah, no more BS. The FTR one is
say yeah, and then just yeah.
That's not good. It's not good. FTR had a really cool. What were they called in the Revival?
The Revival.
That was a killer theme. Say yeah, we go hard all day, all night. Enforcer knows the other lyrics. Let's see here. Ricky, would you stop with the Prime Joy of Bearding stuff? It's not funny, man. It's not funny.
Anthony Tobias, with the success of Empower, does WWE finally do another Mae Young Classic or a second women's pay-per-view?
They'll do Queen of the Ring, and they'll make a big deal about the finals of that being in Saudi Arabia, which is kind of cool. But no, they're not gonna do anything. They're more likely to not do something if somebody else does it.
Yeah, they're not gonna do anything. Either they do something like really reactionary, or they don't do anything at all. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Blake Elizondo, is there any chance the new NXT logo is a swerve? I don't hate the idea. It's just such the polar opposite. It just feels wrong. Additionally, how much of the makeover is punishment for losing the Wednesday Night Wars?
All of it?
In a bubble, I don't mind it at all. I like the song. Wale's great. It just reminds me so much of the AEW opening package, the very first one.
I hate everything about it except for the song. And it's all punishment for losing the Wednesday Night Wars. That's exactly what it is. That being said, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. And I kind of wonder, dude. You know how I've said my speculation has been the hard aesthetic rebrand, obviously, as we've seen, is going to be very decisive, right? It's going to be there. Yeah. Just boom, it's there. The wrestling aspect is going to take more time. Yeah, I'm not even sure that's going to be the case. Yeah, they might debut these gassed up meatheads like on night one. Like they'll have a Nexus type thing where it's like, oh, it's our time now.
They'll have a match with some new talent against the veteran. New talent goes over in every match. We don't see the veteran talent ever again.
Exactly. That is entirely likely. Likely.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. I don't think it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
No, I don't think it's likely, but it's a possibility. Anthony J. Hogan has his cold water. It doesn't work for me, brother. Larson has his not going to happen catchphrase. Steve, what's your cold water phrase? What do you say when you want to shoot something down?
Man. I think I just start with that. Yeah, man, that ain't going to happen. Nah, man. That's what I say. Nah, man. I think that's what I say.
That sounds familiar.
Sounds right.
Sounds about right. Nathaniel J. for Bryan Danielson's next appearance. Which would you prefer? All Out or the G1? Can't say both because of Japan's quarantine laws make that a possibility.
Which would you prefer? For me, it's All Out.
Yeah, me too.
I just want AEW to blow up. I want to cause all the chaos. AEW blows up. 2 million by the end of the year.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Raw 1.4.
Wow.
Demo 0.12. AEW's demo 0.9. Wow. I don't even know if that number's possible.
Apparently, when Punk showed up, he got a 1.7 in the demo in Chicago.
A what?
1.7, I thought I read.
Is that possible? You can get over a 1? I thought 1 was like all. Well, I thought 1 was like 100%.
I guess not.
That's not me reading anything. That's just me just figuring. Can't do better.
So as a percent, no, I don't know because if you think of it that way, if 1 is 100%, 0.43 would be 43%, and if you think AEW is getting 43% of that demo,
the numbers don't even add up either.
Yeah, I don't know what 0.43 means. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no clue, man. I have no clue.
Nikyle, with today being the 1 year anniversary of Roman Reigns winning the Universal Championship, power rank forgettable to memorable feuds during his title reign. So you got Jey Uso, Drew, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Edge, and John Cena. So the very bottom is Cesaro. Cesaro is the most forgettable.
Cesaro's top forgettable. So if it's like the number one is most forgettable, it's Cesaro's tops.
Yeah.
Two would
I kind of feel like the Jey one might be most memorable because that's what really got everything
That
started.
is totally memorable. Absolutely. I agree with that.
That's the most memorable as far as I'm concerned. Is Jey. Jey is top memorable. Then probably Edge. And then probably I'd say Jey, Edge, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Cesaro, from most memorable to least memorable.
Most memorable. Crap. Okay. My for me it would be because wait a second. Edge and Daniel Bryan kind of bled into each other, didn't they?
A little bit, but then Edge, obviously, he just had another title match not that long ago that kind of extended past WrestleMania.
Daniel Bryan's extended. Wasn't Daniel Bryan's right after WrestleMania?
2 weeks, but then Edge had another title match in June. So
okay.
2 months after WrestleMania.
I'm going to say most memorable, you're right, is Jey Uso. Second most memorable, Kevin Owens, because that was like 4 matches. Third would be John Cena because just how big that was, even though it was kind of underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Next would be...
Jimmy Thomas says Rey Mysterio is most forgettable. He didn't even make the list. All right. Fair enough. He did have a title match against Rey in Hell in a Cell on SmackDown.
That's most forgettable. I literally forgot about that. Cesaro's was forgettable in that it was so like obligatory because of his. It felt obligatory because of his contract. Like he re-signed a contract. Here's a Universal title opportunity, but we knew that was never going to be a thing.
Yeah. All right. Before we continue, Miku has the demo breakdown. It's percentage of people in the U.S. of that age range who are watching. So a 0.9 in the 18 to 49 would be 0.9%.
Oh, so my math was right.
7. No, because I think you were saying a 1 would be everybody. And that's not the case. 100 would be everybody. Like you got 100 rating.
0.9. Okay. So you can go up to 100. Okay.
Yeah.
So all those numbers would add up to
100
of people in the U.S.
Yeah.
I wonder if you add if you add up all the numbers in the demo, I mean, it's not like you're going to get all the people in the U.S., right?
No, you get all the people in the U.S. that are between 18 and 49.
No. Yeah, I know, but like.
No, you get if you add up all the demo numbers for everybody between 18 and 49, you get the entirety of the 18 to 49 demographic. You wouldn't get everybody in the United States, no.
No, I'm not saying that though.
Okay.
All the who is watching? So if you add up all the demo numbers, okay. Wait a second. A 0.9. You're saying that like a 0.9 is a killer demo, right?
Yeah.
But that show only got less than 1% of the 18 to 49 group that's watching. That doesn't make any sense.
All right, here, I'll look into it.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Do your
sense.
rankings.
Okay, so Jey is most memorable. Kevin is second. Edge and John Cena's third. Edge and Daniel Bryan together, just sort of mixed up together. WrestleMania, whatever, is next. Drew McIntyre is next. I do put Edge on his own next because that was just sort of just done, whatever. And then Cesaro and then Rey Mysterio. So there you go. Let's see here. As you look that up further, Callum Mann, the dream Paige match you hope to see if and when she returns that we have never seen before. I'm going to go with Paige versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Oh, that's good.
That's what I'd want to see.
That's good. That's good.
Brody Lee fan says, what would you like to see from the new NXT and how much say should Vince have in the final product? What do I want to see? What would I like to see from the new NXT? I don't even know. Like what I wanted to see from NXT, they did 2 years ago. That was like prime NXT for me. I wish that they would have expanded and gone out on the road and made it seem bigger. But like, what I want to see from NXT is this. I just want to see autonomy. I want to see them not being tied to main roster. I want to see guys when they graduate from NXT to the main roster, they're the same people. I want to see some continuity. That's what I want to see. It's what I've always wanted to see.
Yeah, yeah. Oddly enough, I can't get good information on this.
Then I will continue. Mr. Biff Top Johnny, quite simple question. Who do you think CM Punk's first loss will be to?
Kenny Omega.
I think his first loss will be to Miro.
Okay, so this is from Hollywood Reporter.
Okay.
Commonly reported that 1 point in the demo equals 1.28 million people. So a 2.0 rating means that 2% of the people in that age range, roughly 2.56 million people, are watching the show. So,
okay, so it is the entirety of people between 18 and 49 in the United States, not just the entirety of 18 to 49 people watching, because there's a difference there.
Yeah, no, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that makes sense.
Yeah,
so if like you added up
0.43% of the people that are 18 to 49 are watching a particular program, as opposed to of the people between 18 to 49 watching program, 0.43 of them are watching.
That's the big difference right there. So if you add up all those numbers, then you'd get the total number of 18 to 49 people watching, as opposed to the total number of 18 to 49 year olds in the U.S. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Less people watch TV these days.
That is true.
Let's see here. Gareth says, each of you must do the iced prank. Hide a bottle of Smirnoff Ice so a target will find.
I've had that done to me before.
Once they find it, they're required to get down on one knee and chug the entire bottle on any wrestler. We're required to do that. Which gullible wrestler do you prank and how do you hide it?
Baron Corbin. He buys a new car. He opens up the little center console. It's right there. Although he shouldn't be drinking before driving a car, so that's probably a bad idea. But
Roman Reigns, because it'd just be funny. It's always funnier when a person who is arrogant and full of himself and has a lot of power gets pranked.
Actually, I have a better idea. It's this. So he thinks he's buying the Money in the Bank briefcase. And so he opens it, and what's inside? Not a contract.
Smirnoff.
There's a Smirnoff Ice in there. That's way better than putting in a car and having him drink before he drives.
That was a really bad idea.
A really bad idea. So I made up for it with a good idea.
You made up for it with a good idea, but originally it was a bad idea.
It was a terrible idea. Don't ever drink a Smirnoff Ice before getting behind the wheel of a car. It's a terrible idea. Even for a TV show, don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a little better if you eat beforehand if you're going to do it.
Still not a good idea. Just don't try to rationalize it in any stretch. It's a bad
Connor
idea.
Beck, can you fantasy book 2K22's career mode? Since you won't be starting out on the indies anymore because WWE aren't looking for indie wrestlers anymore. What a great question. What an awesome question. Yeah. You're in college. It starts out as a crossover between my career mode and NBA 2K. Mm-hmm. So you meet whoever the person was. I forget the name of the dude last time.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But so what was his name? Junior. I think they call him Junior because his dad was like a basketball player.
Gotcha.
So it'd be Junior. And he would be giving you advice because he's like, hey, are you going to try to do like UFC? But they'd have like a WWE kayfabe version of UFC.
Yeah.
It'd be like fighting Ultimate Championship. So the UFC, the fuck.
Yeah. No, I see it.
And you'd be like, hey, are you going to go to fuck or are you going to go to WWE? And he's going, I'd rather fuck. And he's like, okay, well, that's one option. Or you can go to WWE. So, okay, I'm going to go to WWE. And so he's like, but here's the thing. You got to be a gassed up meathead. So it's him going out trying to get the gas, and he does it, and then he shows up, and his footwork's so bad he like blows out both legs, in his first match, and then it's road to coming back from blowing out both your legs because your footwork is crap.
So it's months of rehab.
Yeah, it's months of rehab.
It sounds like a great my career mode.
It sounds awesome, to be honest with you. And then you learn to time travel. Let's see here.
Time travel. Yeah.
Should Zach, the Pizza Emperor, says, should WWE look towards other states / provinces to host WrestleMania instead of cycling through the same 5 states: Florida, New York, California, Texas, LA every year?
Louisiana.
What'd I say? LA? Yeah, California. LA. Los Angeles is in California. Yeah, no, man. Yeah, do Hawaii.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Hawaii. Puerto Rico.
Well, that'd be good.
I know that would be good. Hot
That'd
crowd
be really
there.
cool.
Hot crowd there.
That'd be
There
really
you go.
cool.
Maggie says ATL. Atlanta.
There we go.
That'd be great.
Yeah, the new stadium there looks like pretty crazy.
Pretty fancy.
Yeah, all these fancy stadiums.
Lots of fancy stadiums these days. Abe asks, would you rather have a title change on a regular show like Raw or SmackDown once a month, or every pay-per-view have a comeback superstar? Well, every pay-per-view, a comeback superstar, like, then you run out of them. Everybody's signed.
Exactly.
Everybody's signed. So it'd be that. I'd want that because they just start bringing out the most ridiculous names. And then at some point, Trevor Murdoch would show up with the NWA
Sid would come
title.
back.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that. Sid would eventually have to.
Sid would have to come back just, by virtue of he's alive.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Totally.
Last question from Hugh Long Heavy. Should AEW hire more writers to better utilize their roster and dark shows? If it ain't broke, do not fix it. No, they don't need writers. They're doing fine with whatever it is they have going on. Tony Khan saying, hey, go out there and do what you want. And then Tony Khan has whatever board he's got in his office where he's got all the pins and all the docs are being connected. I think he's doing great. They don't need any writers.
No, I don't think they need writers. I mean, there's still some, issues in terms, especially like the women's division. Still some creative issues there, but I don't know if more writers is necessarily the solution for that.
Yeah, I think that they should maybe workshop promos a little bit more. Sometimes the promos are not great. Sometimes they meander.
Yeah.
But no, I think they're doing great. And you know what? Every time there's a not great promo, that person who delivered the not great promo is learning how to do a better promo. So
there's no wins and losses. There's wins and learns.
There's wins and learns. Wise words from a
Hall of
man
Famer Christian.
Some people believe is Hall of Fame caliber. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.